Hey, Podcast America. Welcome to episode 105 of the Enlightened Neanderthals. It's been a minute. It's just been tough to get all three of us into one room at the same time. Brought to you by my company, Training Northwest, which you can find at trainingnorthwestllc.com. By the time this comes out, I think there will be like 1 week left until September rifle camp. And I had a bunch of cancellations, so there are open spots. So if that's something that tickles your fancy, go check that out. And then Christy and I are starting something new. We're calling it Grounded. These are one-day workshops to share some of the tools we learned from the depths of PTSD and how to regulate your own nervous system, which I think is really advantageous for fucking just about everybody. And especially if you like, it's easy for me to equate to the work environment because like Jordan and I work in a very high stress environment where you're constantly chasing these performance metrics that everybody cares about, and there is never a scenario where you are not under the gun. And I have a feeling a lot of people in the professional world live in that same sort of situation. Speed. Yeah. And so these workshops are to teach you tools or sort of start you on your way to learning how to basically calm that, take that super high frequency bing, 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 bing sine wave and flatten it out a little bit.
When is it?
September 19th is the first one here in Granite Falls, and you can find that at groundingworkshop.com.
You serving pancakes or anything?
We're going to be catering dinner with one Jordan Creek.
Oh,
you might know him.
Yeah. I just show up with a food ticket. I'm here for the brisket.
Hey, where do you get the beer tickets?
Yeah. So
come out, get your massage.
I like how you're giving a scope into Serenity, but
hang on. This is what I've wanted.
Oh,
well, this is what I've wanted to combine. It's like fusion, which you guys are about to hear about in this story. Story?
Yeah.
Store.
Yeah, sure.
Podcast. We'll call it a podcast.
It's a tale.
It's a tale.
It's a twisting.
We will weave
tale.
this in cursive through the multiverse. It's sort of the combination of like when you think about, let's go deep, warrior ethos. It requires both the physical and the spiritual and the mental, right? So Training Northwest has largely focused on the mental, teaching you mechanical skills, how to manipulate your rifle, how to apply a tourniquet, how to use a map and compass, right? These are all just sort of mechanical skills that you can teach your avatar, your meat suit. What we have not been doing, and what I have been aware of and that I want to bring more into play is the emotional, spiritual side of that, which if you're going to consider yourself a warrior, you have to be in balance. These are recurring themes from the episode you all are about to hear. You have to be in balance, not just physically. Like in order to get a takedown, you have to be balanced physically. But if you want to win a life or death fight, you have to be balanced spiritually and emotionally. So what Christy and I are trying to bring is that spiritual and emotional training. Yeah. Think of it like
a massage for your soul.
It's like martial arts for your soul.
Foundation, a base, a structure, a
frame.
A frame. Thank you. What else? What else holds things?
Yeah.
A platform?
Yeah.
A bridge.
Just like this one.
Yeah.
Enjoy the episode.
Like the loose, flowy tie pants, like stepping out of his truck.
Oh yeah.
The guy who's stepping out with the BMX in the backpack to go sell drugs.
If you wear those pants, though, you're going.
You think Daniel ever wore a puka shell necklace?
We all wore puka shell necklaces.
Negative Ghost Rider.
There's
negative Ghost
from
Rider.
Like fresh
2 out of 3.
Liar, bullshit.
Yeah,
what?
No,
So
not because I didn't want one. Fucking cheapskate, and I was not gonna spring that $7 at Hot Topic.
Yeah, it was those knockoff puka.
What kind of necklace did you wear? A fucking choker.
No, I think for a minute, like a hot minute when I was in like early elementary school, and I still young enough to want to be a cowboy. I had one of those bolo ties. Where you
Shit.
It's got like it's like the silver cow skull, and you pull the thing up. Yeah, those things were dope.
God,
With some Gene Code jeans on.
Yeah, there better be a yearbook photo of this. Look at Tobin in the bolo.
His hair all spiked up.
Oh yeah,
Side spike, a couple
Bleach tip.
Bosworth stripes, and a bolo tie.
Oh, fuck.
In case you didn't know, childhood was confusing.
Yeah, no shit. I think I was 89, right? So that puts me at like mid 90s, kind of figuring out what life was anyway, and like wearing clothes and all that shit. I had the baggiest jeans.
Jinkos?
Oh,
Yeah.
those Jinko jeans were just
pipes
ridiculous.
are lowriders.
I think those pipes. Is that what it
Pipes?
is? Just
Oh, yeah.
giant. Yeah, and then I just remember.
Tobin.
I remember.
I remember those. One of my best friends wore those, and I just could not figure it out.
And some soaps. So
Oh
you'd
yeah, skate down a rail.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That and then what was it? The alien thing was huge.
Yeah.
So it was always like an alien necklace or something.
Yeah.
You remember that? Or was that probably
That might have been a little too. I might be.
you would have been
too
high
old for that
school.
one.
You would have been in high school. You would have been seeing that like
I actually stopped giving a shit about cool in high school, and I just leaned into the.
Polo tie.
Yeah.
It was like.
Yeah.
We need more polo tie in the situation.
It was what it is when you start paying for your own clothes, and suddenly I was like, you know what? You get 3 T-shirts and a pack of these Hanes. Mm-hmm. So I'm wearing white T-shirts, and I had my one pair of Levi's, and then like my gym shorts for football and basketball and all that.
Yeah, but we
Baseball. I guess I spent a lot of money on sports equipment
Yeah.
I did
because I
not.
played
still do it
football
with,
and baseball.
like hunting, and I'm high speed.
exactly.
You know?
Not much has changed. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've got all
yeah.
kinds of hunting gear and dirt bikes and shit. But like, if I had to go out to dinner, I'm probably showing up in jeans and T-shirt, whether it's Buzz In or something fancy.
Growing up, my dad and my stepmom always wanted to, like, we went out to dinner and dress up. And the first time I flew, they were like, dress up, And it's like that culture is completely shifted.
Now people
so
show up in their
far.
fucking pajamas to get on a
Yeah.
flight. It's like, ugh.
I would not do well if I had to wear like.
What is your
breasted
guys'
suit.
opinion on pajamas outside the home? It's one of my. I want
Depends
to
what
roll
you're doing.
down the windows and yell at motherfuckers. Like, go home and put on some fucking blue jeans.
Now, are you at the grocery store at 7:30 in the morning with
with your fat
sweats?
girlfriend.
That's
what I see.
We're in Marysville.
Checks out. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
and
the
I could
backwards
profile the
hat.
fuck out of people by looking at who was wearing pajama pants in the motherfucking grocery store.
Yeah.
How about pajamas before noon? I'll let it slide. Pajamas after noon, and you're at
I
Target.
say the only acceptable reason to be in the grocery store in your pajamas is, this is apropos because we can say this, right?
What? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Jordan's expecting his first child in December. Is if you are in like the baby aisle, emergency grabbing Pedialyte or fucking diapers or wet wipes or whatever it is that you ran out of, and you're like, oh fuck, I just woke up and I have to go to the grocery store right now.
Yeah. That's board shorts and flip flops as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's the same
But
thing.
that is the only situation in which I tolerate pajama pants in the grocery store.
Just somebody going, fuck.
It's hard taking fashion advice from a guy that I see in Crocs 90% of the time, dude. Those are the pajama of shoes. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I
However, when you see me in Crocs, I'm walking in and out of a jiu-jitsu gym.
yeah.
True. Or the Spartree.
So it's either that or flip-flops. If I'm at the Spartree, it's post-bear hunting. So you've been looking at me in my hiking boots for fucking 8 hours. And now I'm sliding into some comfort.
sliding. You're sliding into something.
I feel like
Spartree.
yeah, if you go to the spark tree, you got to put those things in a 4x4 mode.
Yes.
Because you don't know.
No, I would
Fight
not
ready?
wear. I don't think I would wear open-toe shoes in that place.
That's part. No.
Yeah,
That's how you get gangrene on your big toe at the urinal. Nah, man.
I'm pretty sure that guy died. And we saw a rest in
Memorial.
peace. I'm pretty sure there was a memorial for him.
Oh, are you serious? Inside
almost
inside
positive.
inside the bar.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Love to
It's
go.
just a fucking stool at a 45-degree angle, like mounted on the wall. Like
Never
here-
falling off
Here
again.
lives Tipsy Jim. Always falling off his stool, dude.
Oh, that was crazy.
We'll have to make an investigative trip there.
I'm
I need some research.
Yeah.
Large picture, please.
Yeah.
But was it the weekend? Was it a Friday?
Friday.
Or
It was a Friday night.
The
'cause
original.
It was the first time.
It's like the first time I had sex. I remember it well walking in there with you guys. It was unforgettable that night.
It was a great night all around because we literally went bear hunting that afternoon and then had the funnest bike ride ever in the dark, and then ended up at the Spar Tree, and it was fucking insanity.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was.
With like six people, though.
We've tried several times to describe this to other people, and you really can't do it justice.
No,
it's just you got to be there.
It was wild.
Kind of situations. Yeah.
It's
like it all. You can work. That's why books are interesting, because like a great book and someone's like, "Wow, you really described it," but you'll never get like the vibe, the smells. Like the lighting and the ambiance. Yeah. You'll never recreate
the social awkwardness.
Dude. That lady wearing underwear. I saw labia and got a Bud Light, dude. All in the same night.
With chaps on. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, what if they sponsored us and we really had to clean it up? Like, actually, it's a fine establishment.
Family establishment.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was an interesting evening.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird, too, because it's like, you think about these local places, and it's like, if you're a young single man, you're like, I'm looking for some love on a Friday night. I'll go to the Spar Tree.
I hear they don't wear much at the Spar Tree.
Well, the thing is, it's not a bunch of young people all the time.
Nope.
It's
no.
like, but sometimes there'll be a few young
old people want
and
it,
then
too.
Yeah.
That's why you get barflies, I think. And their success rate.
Disease is barflies. Jesus.
But that's what it is like, yes, I want to drink, but it's like, yeah, I'm here for, like, say some dirty
I'm here for the hot women.
Some boobs,
Some boobs.
And then you'll find a 65-year-old barfly female, and you guys go home and take your teeth out and put them on the side of the nightstand together.
There's a scene of that. It's from Kingpin.
Oh, yes. Oh,
really knocked something loose last night, Tiger.
Dude, the best part in that movie is when he comes home right before that neighbor lady comes, and he's taking a shit in the bathroom. He's like, hey, where's the magazines? He's like, I forget, he used them for something. He's like, I need something to read. He's like, read the shampoo bottle. He's like, I already read it. Dude, I think that one particular part is like, that's perfect. We've all been there.
I don't know,
I'm not a reader.
Yeah, not much of a reader here.
No?
No, I tend to get to business, and then I'm all business, Mike.
You ever Lightning?
You ever take a couple scrolls?
Rarely. It sort of weirds me out to think of, because I know people are watching that shit, or maybe AI is monitoring or recording. And so it's
you don't think it's doing it when you're on the couch,
hours.
though?
Think about the hours of
just my face on a shitter.
Yeah. Or I mean, like collective humanity. Yeah.
Your eyes are always squinting.
Yeah, your grunt face.
So we think he has autism. Why? He's squinty in every photo.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got high blood pressure.
Do you think they
I feel like that's a time to get in there, do work, and get out.
You're like a Navy SEAL, dude.
Yeah. Dude,
He's like, tactical about it.
Yeah. The longer you spend in there, the more chance for mishap.
Hemorrhoids.
Yeah. You're
the longer you spend anywhere, accidents can happen. What do you think the work? You know what always scares me? Well, I have my snake phobia.
Do you check every time?
What?
The toilet.
When I was younger, not as a grown 43-year-old, but as a 42-year-old. No.
I've done it. Dude, if I'm in a different
it's
state.
down in Florida.
If I'm in a different
That's
state.
what I mean.
Yeah. I don't know what could happen out
Thailand? There. Imagine you go to Bali or Thailand, you're like, oh, I got
I told you guys about the giant fucking camel spider that jumped out of the toilet.
Oh,
have I heard?
Spiders are fun.
Have you heard this story? We had this shitter that was two 55-gallon drums cut in half, right? And then over the top of it was a piece of plywood with 2 holes cut in it. And then we got bougie and put up a plywood divider.
These plumbers out here. Just fucking.
Yeah.
I'm audio.
So one day I'm in there, and then all of a sudden this plywood shack is fucking shaking. And I was like, what the fuck? And I push open the door, and one of the guys in my squad is running away from the outhouse with his pants around his ankles. And off to the side is one of these giant, like, dinner plate sized spiders, but it had crawled up between his legs and, like, out, you know what I mean? Like, come up from below. Yeah.
No,
Did you guys kill it?
No, those things fucking fast. It just ran off.
And
I
pop
bet
a
they're
few
hard
rounds
to kill.
off?
No, dude, to pop off a few rounds on a military base, even in an active war zone, is like, that's a no-go.
Oh, wow. There's the spider, though.
Yeah, and even this was like a little safe house out in the middle of nowhere, but still, you don't pop off around unless you're in contact.
Depends on the dude.
Yeah,
If I was in the safe house and
I'd
a
be yelling,
cobra,
"Call me."
pop. Yeah. If a cobra came out of the toilet and started coming at you, what do? I mean, it's life or limb there, right?
Yeah.
And then say it gets past you. Well, now it's moving in, infiltrating the house, and it's moving through and getting every guy in your unit.
You gotta kill it.
Yeah,
Got
I had
any means.
So anyway, I
necessary.
started blasting.
Yeah, so there I am. So no shit, there I was.
Yeah.
Do you think is
Sorry,
it like
we
a
were
crab?
talking about snakes in the toilet.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that.
Oh. Well, hang on. Do you think it's like they say crabs are like the spiders of the ocean? You know, they're
Bugs. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
they're
poor
pretty-
people food a couple hundred years ago because they thought crabs and lobsters were just giant beetles. That
Are
lived
those
under the
spiders
ocean.
that big like a crab?
Yeah.
It would be interesting to if anyone's ever eaten.
Oh, I guarantee.
Oh,
people
I'm
have
sure
eaten them.
somebody. Yeah, you get hungry enough.
Yeah.
What if it tastes just like crab?
Well, because people eat them. People eat spiders all
Spiders?
the time. Yeah, they
Yeah,
cook
but-
them up. And
But they're eating the exoskeleton. Like they're like a bug, you
That's
know?
true,
Do
yeah.
they have
Is
meat
it
on
like
the
I
inside?
have no idea.
Like
It
a
might just be jelly.
crustacean?
They must have muscle tissue.
Yeah.
I'm sure they got something.
Dude, the
going
finest spider dining establishment.
Somebody call Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
Let's figure this shit out.
Interesting. But yeah, snakes in the toilet. That was a huge fear. Like growing up. And I was like, oh man, could you imagine something you sit down and you're the most vulnerable. And then this
Something gives you a
motherfucker
little
comes
tickle.
up anaconda style from the water. It's biting your balls first. Like that's what it's gonna eat them.
It's biting your balls first. First off, it's hit the dangly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and guess what?
'Cause they're right
What's hanging
there.
lower? You know, is what it's biting.
Yeah, the other
You
snake.
tell me. You know?
But the balls.
The
just
older you
dangle.
get, the more fucking dangerous
But
it
the
is.
balls,
All these sagging parts.
but the balls are behind the dick, dude. You know, so if it's coming from up, it's gonna get your taint, which is like,
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the one you're trying to protect.
Yeah, the old taint, dude.
I'm dangling a couple of decoys out there trying not to take one in the tank.
Yeah, the old speed bag.
Oh, dude. But
For
that.
me, anyway. You know?
So yeah, as a younger man, pooping was a quick affair.
Yeah. But I also didn't have a phone back in the day. But well, think about that. Like, what was it like?
What was it like
Taking
to
a
poop
shit.
before phones?
Well, taking a shit back in like the turn of the century, right?
Crossword
Like-
puzzles.
Like not this century, but last
Oh,
century.
That's where Sudoku came
Yeah,
from.
didn't you ever poop at your
Sudoku. Yeah. Sudoku.
But didn't you ever go to like your grandparents' house growing up as a kid, and you go to their bathroom and you go take a poo, and you're like, all right, what's around
It was,
me?
yeah, it was.
You
it was
read
like,
the shampoo
It was the day's
bottle.
newspaper, maybe
Yeah.
like a Time Life
AARP.
magazine.
Yeah,
AARP,
Reader's Digest,
a fucking crossword puzzle. There's a pencil.
Yeah,
Like it was stocked. There was a candle and some matches.
Yeah.
Like fucking granddad was hanging out apparently.
Hey, there's a Cliff Bar.
Half eat.
Yeah. It can sustain me. But yeah, that's what you did back then. You exercised your mind a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, it helped. It helped.
Yeah.
Had to have.
A crossword puzzle is nice on a toilet. I mean, that's a very underrated, like, you know?
Yeah, you say
I
that.
feel like the problem with these, like the swiping on the phone or the crossword puzzle, is that then that's when you get stuck and you're like, hang on a minute. It only takes like a minute to shit. But then you're in there for 6 minutes working on your crossword puzzle.
You ever drive?
At some point, you're like, I'm sitting on a toilet with my pants around my ankles, hovering over my own turds.
There's no blood in my legs.
Just numb as fuck. This is gonna suck standing up, but I got to do it. No, I mean that's like when you're driving down the street, and all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, I'm here. How the fuck did that happen? Yeah.
But I feel
20
like
minutes passed. You're fucking, got no fucking
No
blood in your
circulation in
toes.
doing your crossword puzzle. Like I went 200 miles.
Oh man, yeah. What do you think it was like though back in the day, having to walk outside, going into an outhouse, no electricity, and like hope?
I think that's
because there's spiders out there. That you ain't building an outhouse with no spiders. You're dealing with spiders.
Maybe freezing temperatures were a blessing in disguise.
Oh, there you go. That's a good point.
Yeah, there's certain times
you're
of the
walking
year
out
worse.
there to the the shitter and
spiders wouldn't be like hot summer and there's all those flies in that warm shit house. And
it's like gross.
That's probably where it's
no toilet paper. You get out there, fuck.
Use some of the spider webbing.
Yeah, it's pine cones and fucking dirt.
Yeah,
what happened? How were those
What do people
guys
do without ferns?
How were those guys taking shits?
Ferns.
And making any kind. I mean, that's
Well,
chafing. Those guys
Romans-
were put in miles too.
Romans.
I wonder what people do in the desert. Because around here
Sand.
we got all kinds of options in the rainforest.
Don't they put sand in
use sand?
it? Yeah, doesn't it
Just
cake
smack-
and dry?
Could you imagine if you're
That's
like a
gonna be
nomadic,
gritty.
you're a nomadic hunter and you're traveling, chasing herds, but also like smearing sand into your butt crack?
Yeah, but could you imagine smearing? Oh man, dude.
You get chased.
Now you've got sand and shit smeared all over yourself.
That's sandpaper. Like that is literally
Probably
sandpaper.
how it came about.
Mud butt. I'll fix this.
Dude. I mean, because it's like, is this? Yeah, that's some heavy grit, dude. You got sand on two cheeks.
Yeah,
I don't. Well, I think it's like a cat pooping
just
in
rubbing.
I think, but the idea is like I like how I thought about this. It's like a cat pooping in a litter box. Like that sand is gonna clump and dry, and then
the cat
it's
licks
ready
its
to
asshole to
fall
clean
off. Well, you
So
need
is
a
that why-
friend. You need a buddy.
Is that why those guys just wear like dresses over there? So
Yeah. And let the sand fall out.
is that what it is?
Do a little
Just-
shimmy and it is a castle. Arabian Nights.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, on the way over here, what I was thinking was what time period do you think saw, like, in lifespan, right? So say like 80 years, say 100 years, maybe. Really, let's say 80. But saw the biggest change in technology.
Oh, this one for sure. Unless we're talking, I guess the Industrial Revolution was an explosion in mechanical technology. This is like an explosion in digital and electronic technology.
Yeah, but when do you think that was? Like, tell me the year.
It's not over yet. It started
Yeah.
in,
If
it started
you're
in
saying of the-
1995 and it's ongoing right now.
Oh,
But
shit.
I mean-
you think
Yeah.
that's
Hey,
Look at AI's kind of becoming a thing. Quantum, the whole purpose of really the race to create AI, as I understand it, is to then have AI create quantum computing. So quantum computing is probably on the horizon. We've got Elon Musk fixing, at some point he's going to start shooting people off to Mars. Like there's all kinds of crazy shit happening right now.
Jordan, this is crazy because I was thinking of this exact same thing.
Really?
Today. Yes. But a little different because I was like,
Two dragons.
we'll get tattoos after this. But always thinking it's like, oh, what was the craziest civilization? Or living through Roman times must have been nuts, either being a warrior or seeing colosseums or you're seeing aqueducts, or then it's like, oh, like the Civil War was a crazy nuts war, and then you have World War I and II, and like you have all these moments. But I think most people, myself included, really focus on.
Can I cut you off there?
Yeah.
Just real quick. Sorry. The Roman aqueducts. What do you think the penalty for pissing in the gut?
You know what's amazing is that OMAC had open aqueducts, and when you started talking about the Roman aqueducts, I was picturing them, and then for some reason I was like, I used to pee in those things.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Everybody did.
At what point are you like, this is, this is water getting pushed through to clear out the city, and people are pissing and shitting in it.
I think
it might have been. Do you think it was against law? It had to have been. There must have been some that were for
people
exit.
drinking it?
I bet they had marked one. They were smart enough and ingenious enough. It'd be interesting to look this up. I would not be surprised if they had some that were sewer, like exiting the city, and some that were freshwater coming in, and they were designated. And I bet you're right. I bet there was harsh penalties for fucking with
The fresh water.
Yeah.
And I bet the first place it went was like to the Caesar
royalty,
right? The royalty, like the people, the high end people got it first, and as
politicians,
they pissed in everybody else's drinking water.
and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna wash our fucking dicks in this."
You get caught peeing in an aqueduct, it's probably a fine. You get caught shitting in an aqueduct, you're losing a finger or something. That's a big difference.
Anyway, sorry.
Anywho,
the aqueducts keep going. Past the aqueducts. I didn't mean to fucking derail you.
Times, history. Oh, yeah. So everyone likes to think of kind of the past, and I do this. There's areas I focus on. It's like, boy, what a crazy type of people, and they were going through so much, and they did so much, and so much was happening in the world at this time. But it's like we forget to think that we're living that exact same thing. To those guys in those moments or living during that time period, they were still, I have to go to work. I have to take care of my children or my wife. I have to put food on my table. I have to deal with this bullshit boss or, I think they were all kind of going through just life as usual. And to recognize like maybe the time you're living through is one of the most nuts. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nuts to be a dinosaur and have an asteroid slam into you, but it's even more nuts if your dinosaurs could get together and build a steam-powered engine or build an airplane that flies to the skies and beyond. And so it to me, it's like, well, God, World War II was nuts. If you look at what we mobilized personnel war across the world, if you look at the resources and the development, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. But then it's like, all right, we'll go to World War I. That was nuts. That was the first time these people really had like machine guns and real cannon, like artillery. Like the end of the Civil War is where you saw cannons start to turn really into artillery. And you just keep going back and you're like, wow, that was a little nuts. That was a little nuts. Or that was nuts. But all of it leads to this point now. Nuts. And nothing now feels like it's just going to be, we got this. It's done, right? Oh, we saw we had differences and we were getting kind of nutty with our nuclear weapons and treaties. But you know what? We collectively figured it out and peace is upon us. So it's like, to me, the situation in this point in time where everything seems to be from the past, all these moments that like compound together and keep building us into a more insane situation. I do have to kind of agree with Tobin that I need to be that person that isn't looking at the past and maybe looking at right now and just saying maybe this is one of the most insane time periods that's about to exist or has exist. I'm so close to it, like a bad breakup, that I can't see, like, why did that person leave me?
Here's another wild one that it's not technology related, but in terms of us living in wild times is the geomagnetic excursion, which is the migration of the Earth's magnetic pole. It's running down across Greenland, I think, at like a historically fast rate that only matches previous polar shifts. Which cause major natural disasters, which lines up with like the 12,000-year cycle from all the ancient Hindu and Vedic, like all these ancient writings, mythologies. Yeah, that sort of kind of are pervasive through all of the old world religions. So it's like here's something that's measurable by hard science that aligns with mythology, and it's kind of like, maybe we should be paying attention to this because we might be living through quote unquote biblical times.
Yeah. Well, and I've been thinking that exact same thing too, because it's like the world is changing, like temperature wise as well, like it's always has, but it's like, yeah, the magnetic, our poles are like shifting. There's space debris floating around more. We're seeing more and more.
Oh, yeah.
In the same way.
Even the mainstream news is saying that whatever this fucking asteroid or thing that's flying, like, it's probably nothing.
Yeah.
But the fact that even the mainstream news is kind of like trying to hype it a little bit, like it's almost like they're testing the water to see like what does that get a little ripple? Because if it does, then they'll probably push that narrative and try to get people all spun up on it.
But if the world is going crazy for volcanic activity,
That's right. The
earthquakes,
Pacific
there's
Rim
a
is
hiccup.
erupting everywhere.
Animals like cats and dogs react weird right before earthquakes, right? There's certain things in shift in magnetic fields.
Bonnie didn't even want any peanut butter last night.
Knew something was up.
Yeah.
But what if
It's just getting weird, bro.
what if that's
She had peanut butter on her butt.
but what
Yeah,
if what
it
if
was still
that's,
licked.
what if that's part of what's making society so nuts and people more frantic? What if there is big earthquakes, polar shifts? There's something throughout history where it's like when these things have happened, animals notice that tides change, temperatures get different, destructive forces happen. We're still animals removed a couple thousand years, well, I mean, depends on it, like who you ask, but like we're still animal at core. We have senses that get heightened. You all guys see it when you go out in the woods for a week. You're like, I see better, I smell better, I feel my environment better. What if the world changing like so radically politically, just wars, all this stuff too, is as the world builds up for a burp or a hiccup, we reflect it as people. Like we get more narcissistic, we get more greedy, we get more warmongering.
Right. As the ripples in the pond increase,
Because we know
we start feeling the turbulence.
we want resources to survive this ecological disaster.
I don't even know if it's, actually you're right. For some people it is about physical resources to survive. And then I think there is also like a emotional piece of it that is, you're right. As the turbulence of reality increases, people start experiencing more personal turbulence.
But World War II, to answer your question. But I also have to still think, Habibi, I still have to think right now is a unique thing. That's why I still find myself following the news when everyone's like, it's like, just kind of see what happens. What's, alliances changing, war somewhere else, not here. Other people rise.
It is an interesting thing now to sift through like news articles and like I'll scroll through Twitter a little bit or X a little bit, but I do it with the knowledge that everything I'm looking at might be fake.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what I can trust and what I cannot, and then to try to mine out like, is this really happening? Is that really happening? And try to figure it all out. But in the end, you don't know.
Yeah.
But it is sort of a fun exercise.
But like in the I mean, obviously like in the sense of like technology and all of that, like if you look in the last 80 years and go 80 years ago, 1946, what has happened since 1946 to today?
Nothing.
That is like, holy
Just
shit.
Computation speed has gotten faster. The little components have gone smaller. But if you ask me, there's
computing
been
computing power
yeah.
has increased exponentially.
Right. But that's it.
The ability to you're right. The ability to run calculations has increased exponentially, and that's about it.
And which has provided a platform for phones.
80 years from 1880.
Yeah, you're right. We were splitting atoms.
We went from fucking not having electricity to going, we're putting a man on the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, and nuking a bunch of Japs.
But it
just
seemed
putting
like
flattening some
but
fucking
here's the
places
thing,
with a couple bombs.
if you look at that curve of how our upward...
That's crazy. I wonder if dropping nuclear bombs was like a karmic event that was like, all right, you guys do not get to advance
Also,
anymore.
in that time, the airplane was invented. Mm-hmm. So you were born, there were no power, and when you died, you saw the invention of airplanes, cars, fucking,
electricity,
electricity,
large construction,
all the large construction, and then you watch the fucking plane that you didn't even realize could be a thing drop
Human
a fucking
beings.
bomb.
Yeah. But none of those, all of those things had been
like
invented and existed. What changed so much?
No,
like
in that time, it was invented.
It was invented, but what changed?
That is crazy because 1880 was like horse and saddle.
Yeah,
that was how you're getting transported around, and by the time you die, you're seeing the end of World
But
War II.
physicists and scientists,
people flying and steaming across the ocean to
But physicists and scientists had known about electricity and particles from like the late 1700 into the 1800s.
Shut up, nerd.
How many people actually knew that?
Here's what matters is that implementing them together, making them all come together and be useful. Like discoveries happen, but like the explosion of the, like seriously from the 1700s to the early 1900s was like just profoundly nuts because
you could even then go back to the Renaissance where it's like you came from the Dark Ages where nobody's allowed to study anything other than Christian dogma into like all of a sudden you have philosophy comes back, mathematics, astrology, all these things suddenly like just sort of exploded back onto the scene.
But it's also the people pairing them together. It's like, okay, so you figure out there's electricity. That's cool. So now how do you implement it with other things? How do you make a flashlight? Okay, so now you need fuel cell storage. Now you need conductive materials.
Well, you need to have an idea of what this thing does.
Yeah.
So you have to dream up a light bulb.
Yeah. Or you know that through thermodynamics, things that get heat in them start to emit heat.
Well,
so,
I knew that, but not many people do.
Or emit light. So, but you have to start thinking like, so something can be discovered and it's known, but the true implement, like making it work together. Like Tobin said, I do think computation has existed. Like computers were paper scrolls of just punched out.
Yeah.
Was it Aspen or what's that? Atticus? What's
Atticus.
Abacus?
Abacus.
That's what we said.
Yeah. Fucking
Atticus Finch.
Yeah.
Boo Radley's tree. Had Abacus Finch. Yeah.
Catching a rye and stuff.
But it's when you have people being able to compile those things together. I think that truly sets us in a unique, like, that's groundbreaking. And we've had all those passive, all these discoveries, but now the more things and the internet speeds it up. That computation allows people from different areas to share work. That's why.
And you don't think that that's where people's fucking entropy is coming from? They're fucking crazy, all that from having to move faster and faster and faster and faster with the speed of technology.
Because things only grow more complex. So it's
some
like,
people drop out.
100%.
Some people some people can't keep up with it and they just drop out and then they go fucking crazy.
Well,
then not the crazy part.
I'm voluntarily dropping out.
Yes, yeah.
We're coming over Saturday to program the time on his microwave. He's like, you guys,
Stop it.
It's been
Stop
midnight for 3 months. I do think people do, because you're born into what you're born in, and the complexity of life keeps changing. You get complex in the way that you break down, but like the complexity of interaction of things only get more diverse. They don't get more like monogeneous. Is that heterogeneous? Monogeneous? Yeah, one type of thing, not a collective of
it's a real word.
Yeah.
But that's entropy, and that's the same way that entropy works for like that complexity. It works for like technology, because if there was only one technology, it would be done. So to have the phone, it's electricity and it's magnetism and it's thermodynamics and computation. And when you put all these things together, it puts us in. I'm just talking to you.
Puts you into free porn.
Well, look, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Right?
But I think we're on, like,
watching a couple people bang on
you make a lot
mobile
of money
device
doing that.
While you're pooping.
Yeah.
But we're at the greatest point ever, like that precipice, like Civil War. Like I said, it was interesting because we went from cannons to artillery, right? And so then it goes, okay, so now we get into world conflicts, and now people are dying exponentially because of artillery and machine guns. Then it's like, okay, so then from that next war, we developed a nuclear bomb, and we can kill way more people way faster. But it's through every technology, like as it progresses, the body count goes up. It has to get more chaotic. So we're at a point where it's going to get...
I feel like this is Star Wars. Like the Empire is, like Palantir is growing, and the drones are being invented, and by the time we are old men, wars will be fought drone on drone. Which at that point, what's even the point?
Yeah, it's
like chess
battle bots.
Yeah, we'll just
drink a beer and watch it, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's crazy. You guys,
I think the war now is switched, and I think the war is kind of gone, and that more towards controlling the mind of your adversary through the phones and technology that we have.
Attention. Your attention is the golden nugget that all of these tech companies are after. And so back to scrolling your phone while you're taking a dump is really anytime you're stuck in that, like, you just sort of like turn off and you start scrolling. We've talked about it before. Yeah. It's like your attention has now been taken away from your reality. Mm-hmm. And you're literally beaming all of your thoughts are going towards whatever you're being shown. So you have no control of your own thoughts. Therefore, you have no control of your own, like, sort of imaginary creative energy.
Do you think people said that, though, like with newspapers? They're like, you're sitting on this subway. You could be observing the world around you, but your nose is constantly buried in this paper.
A written word carries so much less information than a photograph that one of the things, like when I checked out of work last winter for the first time, where I really learned what life was all about, I set a rule for myself. I'm done with podcasts, and it, like,
not this one, except for one.
Except for one.
Yeah.
And the only thing I consume is books and music, because the written word is slow enough. Like it transfers information so much less efficiently than something like a symbol or a photograph that your brain has time to process it before it can really sink in. So when you're reading a book, you have to like read a chapter or two and then close your eyes as you're going to sleep and think about that book and sort of process it if it's going to be something that's going to take hold of you. But that's not the case with symbolism or with photography, which is why when you're scrolling through looking at these pictures, and then a small caption can kind of add to that, but it's really what it is it's what you're being shown in the photograph. Because a photograph, an image, whether it's a symbol or a photograph, carries fucking volumes of information and ideas.
I agree with the book part, because
interesting thought.
I think to disseminate an idea, it takes a lot of describing to truly get an understanding for something. The podcast thing, I will disagree with.
I did not want someone else's thoughts in my head. Which
yes,
a lot of these, even the guys who aren't trying to, like Rogan or Sean Ryan or whoever, who they try to be objective.
Everyone's who they are.
Yeah, they're
going to
still
infect you with them.
They can't help but have a slant because they are who they are, and they're not doing anything wrong.
But that's why audio's
But
nice.
also, I just decided that I want my own thoughts in my head for a couple of months, and I enjoyed it so much that I won't go back. I don't want anybody else's thoughts in my head that aren't mine.
Yeah, but the nice part about audio is that you can either have collaboration or debate. Right? And when you have a book, it's all from one side and one perspective. When you can have two people debating, then you can truly see ideas being exchanged and like the arguments and the stances for things, and you get to weigh what you think.
Yeah,
the other thing
Mike,
is
you're right.
collaboration.
At some point, I probably will start listening to a little bit of stuff here and there, because you do have to expose yourself to other people's ideas. But I would prefer to do it like we're doing right now, where I can look you guys in the eyes and have a conversation with you. And I'm happy to have conversations with people I disagree with. Yeah. But I prefer...
That's my life.
I prefer to have face-to-face conversations. I don't like passively listening from the driver's seat of my truck.
Yeah. It's just... I agree, but to what Mike's saying, when
I like communicating. I don't like
arguments.
I don't like a one-way conversation.
Arguments, but also collaborations. One funny person's great. Two funny persons, even better.
Interesting
One smart
thoughts.
person, two smart. Yeah.
That's something that I always thought about coaching or about a lot of things. For the most part, is like, oh, it's special to me to do something as if it was innate. And I think when you have a talent for things and you don't study it, but you just do it, right? You learn it by doing, as opposed to reading about or having somebody teach you by, trial. Then you have this, like, it's way more interesting to me to do that. And it seems like it's more pure than to take somebody else's idea and try and, like, learn that way. Like, then you're learning what
I
their
agree
shit
with that
is.
100%. And you're equating it to coaching. And one of the things that I really took away for myself from this last round of rifleman camp was that I was starting to incorporate, like, the type of jiu-jitsu movement I like into how you build these shooting positions. So we were focusing a lot on, like, field condition shooting and how to get yourself into stable positions. And I was like, oh fuck. There's so much about your wrestling base and what we learn on the Thursday class has been awesome, whether it's you teaching or once in a while Chris Vassell is filled in or Daniel is filled in. And it's always there's always like an element of stability because it's like a wrestling centric class, you know what I mean? And so that's something that I was never taught. And so for me, it's like mind blown, understanding my base and how to stack shoulders over hips and, like, create all of this stability. And it feels super cool. And then when you take all of that stability and apply it to marksmanship, well, now that's like a new element. It's like a new level unlocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was incorporating a lot of that in Rifleman Camp 2 weeks ago. And we've got the next one coming up in 2 weeks. So it's going to be largely the same. But it is cool to, like, to your point, is that I'm kind of making it my own. It's my own flavor. It's not it's not just a carbon copy of what you would learn on a flat range wherever. It's a little bit of my own flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's your own flavor, but everyone's flavor is through other people too.
Always,
like even
yes.
you getting this new flavor is from Chris, or it's from Jordan, or it's from Daniel.
Yeah, but it's mixtures of all these different things.
Yeah. But
Well,
that's
and it's how you interpreted it. So
Yeah.
it was taken in by your brain and then filtered and then spit out with your, who you are. I've always had a weird thing about that, like taking information in and, like, because learning.
It's important to remain authentic, so you can learn from other people, but then like you just said, run it through your own filter, and then put it back out as your own sort of mixture, like your own unique mixture.
Yeah,
like
that's
Mike,
what
when you're mixing
style
paint
is.
to match a certain, like, tint, right?
Yeah.
Of whatever color, and it has to be exact.
Yeah.
Right. So everybody's going to have their own unique mix of how they take all this information and then regurgitate it back out in a way that it works for them.
But I think that's what, like, style becomes. Like, there are people that
it is.
That's
it's your
what
style.
style is. But you have people that's like, oh, that just reeks of this person. Whether it's the way they talk and their mentality or the way they move, I think it is like style is comfortability, because you spent so much time with these thoughts or with these actions, but not only by yourself, but you implementing them into life. Like, without implementation, you develop no style. You develop SOP. This is what I do.
Yeah.
But your true style comes through someone help me here.
Implementation.
Thank you.
I think
Feminism.
Femininity.
there's like a lot of comedians talk about, like, they don't watch comedy or they don't watch stand-up because they don't want to take somebody else's
they don't want
style.
to be
They don't wanna-
influenced.
Style,
yeah. So they don't want to, like, do that. So they'll try not to watch any stand-up, and they'll just, like, continue what they do
to make sure that
through.
their style is authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and that's I think part of the whole coaching thing or doing this or that. It's like to pull things completely away from the to watch a rifle guy or a pistol class or a rifle class or any kind of shooting, and then to implement that indirectly or even through your own things, there would be a certain level of like it would be authentic, but it would be shaded by the, whoever you learned from.
Well, it always has to be shaded by who you learn from.
but from what you're saying is something I've never, like, that. Hearing that and going, oh, we're going from pulling from a completely separate genre, or just a completely different thing, and putting that in, and that's something that you can do because you've experienced these things in such a way, right? And like that's where, like, I think style comes, is not just from the fact that you shot and then you've seen people shoot and you learned how to shoot and you learned from people who shot and you shot, and then now you're regurgitating what you learned, but you're like, oh, I played baseball. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'd been in a fight. Oh, I'd played football. Oh, I, do jiu-jitsu and wrestled and all this different shit. And now a combination of all of that is coming out into how you do what you do. And that's where like the unique shit starts coming together.
We call this fusion.
Fusion.
But once again, I think that goes to like, you have to do. Like, it's good to take all these things in, but like, he has to do baseball. He has to hike. He has to start doing jiu-jitsu. Like, if he just had only that shooting base, well, it's that shooting. But the more you do, that's why I think that physical
you have
act
more
of
to
being,
pull from.
Yeah, which is just exposure. It's.
Wait, you guys just wait till I incorporate motocross into my shooting lessons.
Yeah.
You ever see someone shoot driving with their ankles?
Yeah, you can name an AR-15 two-stroke dirt bike.
Yeah. Rifleman 2.0.
I got a four-wheeler. What about a TW?
Yeah. Good luck, brother.
Yeah.
They'll never hear me come.
As long as you can clear that 30-foot double.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
A T-dub and a 22.
T-dub, and that's a country song if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, dude.
Got a short song, got a TW with a 22.
Oh, man. You know.
Did you say shorts?
Yeah, country sucks now. Country used to be good when it was like Merle Haggard and like
we went from like
Waylon
super
Jennings.
Intelligent to fucking like low level intelligence.
But we started there, and
this is life. This is our podcast.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
We started,
Life's a mix.
Yeah.
We're applying. We're doing.
We call that fusion.
We call this fusion.
But that's a perfect example, because it's like, remember, we've had meetings, and it's like, numbers are going down, or it's like, should we go in this direction or should we go there? But I feel I've always held true, and it's like, just burn out episodes. It's like grappling. You can learn all these different moves, but what do you got to do? You got to fucking grapple, and implement it. And over time, it kind of develops into things, and you learn who you are, and you realize the same commonalities, like that you go down idea-wise, or your voice, or how someone else's voice is. And I think, the podcast I think we've developed a style and stuff just through burning out episodes. How many times have we gotten together? It's like, what are we going to talk about? But then you just start doing it. And it's like, it just makes conversation easier the more you do it. We've had a few like kind of planned episodes that went well, but most of our good episodes are us just sitting down, hitting record, and starting to bullshit. I think episode 100 was amazing. I think...
You know what? A couple guys that Jordan and I work with have said to tell you that they enjoyed episode 100.
Jordan.
Gay Jordan. Yeah. You know what?
I had a guy at work.
I went and knocked up a girl just to prove that shit wrong.
I had a baby for this fucking episode, dude. Yeah. That's a centennial.
Is this gay?
Yeah. Dude, I had a guy at work come up to me, and I didn't even know he listened to it. He goes, "Hey, Gay Jordan." He goes, "Good episode." I was like, "What?" He's like, he sounded like he was getting mad. I'm like, I think he was.
He was getting a little pissed off there. He was certainly in his head a couple times.
Well,
fuck.
Mike, would you care for some performance enhancements?
All right, let's do it.
Pee break.
We should be paid more for this. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Cruising altitude.
Yeah. I mean, I just think poaching's the way.
And we're back.
You know what blew me away with animals is when you told me the states that had different, was it grizzly bear or brown bear populations?
Oh, yeah. What?
And
Washington
wasn't
was
Washington
number 3?
2 or 3,
Yeah.
you said?
Yeah, it's up there.
That blew me away. I
Isn't that
didn't
kinda
think
crazy?
because I always go in the woods. It's like I'll never see a grizzly. Why would I need to bear mace
I think
or
we were
anything?
number 5. I think we were 5. 4 or 5.
That's nuts. And we're about to get more.
Oh, they're the people who don't have to face them want them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It is sort of funny that the REI crowd, like the super granola E crowd, also wants this. But
Yeah,
they're the ones who are going to get mauled. So people like us carry things like 7mm magnums.
We'll live to tell about it. They won't.
Yeah, maybe.
It's probably.
Maybe. Or all, and yeah, who knows?
I think I might start carrying bear mace this year for the first year.
I carry a 10mm handgun.
Well, I carry.
A 10mm handgun. Yep.
Yeah.
On the untrained, like I used
I
to
have a
carry a 10mm
10-22, dude.
handgun and think that was enough. And then I went shooting for the first time with it. And I was like, I need to get trained.
I can't hit
This
anything.
is like probably 8 years ago now.
Yeah.
8 or 9 years ago, I got a 10mm and I had no training with the pistol. And I went to the range and I was like, and I went with a buddy and I start blasting. And it's like,
So started blasting.
fuck.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it
How
was.
come there's
It
no
was like-
holes in this target?
And then my buddy, like, you know, he was an Army guy and was kind of talking a little shit, but, you know.
He couldn't shoot it either.
No, well, he
The
couldn't
Army
shoot it
doesn't
because he
teach
couldn't
many
afford
people
it.
how to shoot pistols.
Well, he could shoot better than I could. And he was like, no, imagine if that was a bear. And I was just like, I can't hit this fucking paper. Like, there ain't no way. So now it's like, I'd shoot that thing for 50 yards. No big deal. Charging at me.
Yeah, so that's, I
See
mean,
how I took a knee? Yeah. Kept a solid base.
rifleman camp.
Drove
Check
my
this
hands
position out.
straight
Yeah.
to the target.
I saw it. It was about 75 yards out. I mean, it was charging me. And I shot it.
I took a deep, slow inhale.
I said, come here, bear. Once I got its attention.
That's right.
Is that an almond joy in my pocket? Hey, buddy. What do you think your go-to is? Like you're saying, like, all right, that situation happens. You got a charging grizzly at you in the woods. You have a 10mm on your hip. Like you said, you can't hit shit. But it's like, okay, maybe you have training, but put yourself in that position where you got this animal running at you and now you're having a mini heart attack as your mind's still navigating like survival and what to do. Do you start shooting as it gets close, or
like
do
I'm
you
gonna
let
pee
it
my pants in
almost maul
self-defense.
you?
Yeah. I hope the shit in my pants deters it from wanting to eat me.
So I evacuated my bowels.
Dude, that's bear caviar. What are you talking about, dude?
It's like,
Oh, nice. What's that, Mountain House? Yeah. What do you think you do, though? Do you think you wait till it gets right up to you and you start blasting, or you start like it's doing that charge and it's like, all right, 15 feet out is the bluff charge,
I say meter out your rounds, starting from slow to fast as he's closing distance.
So you're as he's coming in, you're taking
Well-aimed
shots
shots
instead
into
of
really
him
fast
on
shots.
you and like pop, 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 pop. Okay.
you might get 1 or 2 me aiming and the rest me just going,
Fuck! Yeah, exactly.
dun, dun.
Yeah, you got like what? Yeah, exactly. 2 to 3 trying to aim, and then you're just fucking screaming, pulling the trigger.
And that's why I carry a Glock, right? Because it's 15 rounds at 10mm.
Yeah. But also, let's talk.
Letting it rip.
Let's talk tools in our tool belt.
Yeah.
So why not a little bit of bear mace? You form that defensive cloud, like that fog cloud of mustard gas, right?
All right.
So
Yeah.
now we're starting.
I'm all for that because the bear mace, you don't have to be charged. Like the pistol, you don't want to fucking shoot a bear I guess. Never mind. Hang on a minute. Let me think about
Weren't we
this
talking
logic.
about poaching?
Let me think about this
Like I
logic
said,
for a
I
minute.
saw it at 75 yards.
Imagine
So anyway, I started blasting.
walking down the trail. I didn't know they gave out brown bear tags. Yeah, just
it's a
started.
new thing. Won the lottery.
Can you believe that?
Do you have any more mace?
Damn thing charged me.
So these cubs.
You guys saw that, right?
Charged me.
You guys saw that?
He was charging me from 850 yards. Put it right between his eyes.
Yeah.
I think mace might not be a bad thing. Like I'm saying, like, okay.
I don't know, dude.
It gives you
I feel
just
like you're
a-
fucking putting, you're seasoning yourself. Like, I mean, it's like,
It's paprika for bears.
Yeah, I think there's value to both.
I mace hobos, not bears. Yeah.
It would be cool to get like
I feel like if we had bear mace, we're going to get drunk around the fire and somebody's getting maced.
there are sites just dedicated to like cell phone videos capturing like fights happening in public, and someone's like, they walk. It's mainly people recording on a sidewalk, and they're like, "Quit recording in my store!" And they go and grab the camera, and someone goes, "Fire!" And they squirt them in the face with mace. I've been watching a lot of mace videos, but there's great websites dedicated just to people getting
This is back
maced
to our
in the
earlier point
face.
about what you do with your attention.
This is poofing, dude.
Yeah.
But it create, you know what it does?
Content.
You know what it does though? So here's the thing. This is like thinking about the snake
gosh.
biting your taint. This is social media snake. And my soul of innocence is the taint, right? So-
This is the taint of innocence?
Yeah.
Is that what we're calling
Yeah.
it?
And what's the
Prepare to be bathed.
Yeah.
But in the taint of innocence,
the taint of it?
We must maintain.
what you do is you watch these and you think, and you're like, what would I do in this position? You see a lot of these people and they're filming and they're like, not my store. And they come out like raging. It's like, okay, in what situation would I have to be to get maced?
Well, brother,
right?
you're also
like, what makes
in a
me
pretty relaxed mind space.
headspace? But
You know, you're kind of at the peak of the, you know, Zen fucking.
but things make me upset.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah, gee whiz, boys. Snickers. No, things get you there. Like if my people were being like fighting and stuff, I have to get punched a little bit to get like, you know, you go through a good camp, whether it's grappling or anything. It's like a good camp revs you up and stuff. But then the more you're kind of getting a few wallops on you, you just kind of find that sixth gear, I find a little bit, you know? And so it's like sometimes those pressures, that's what makes you angry. So what makes me angry enough where I would get in a conflict?
What pressures?
We're talking about the taint.
Yeah, the taint pressures.
No, the taint of like making me endangered, making my loved ones endangered. What are the things that would push me to getting maced? If someone just had a camera, I would probably be like, I just walk away.
Yeah,
But the
you're
people that are like, hey, what are you doing here?
Oh, it's
This
people,
is private
it's
property.
people who don't have control of their own emotions.
Emotion. Yeah.
Let me tell you a story about a guy
Certain young man.
who couldn't figure his shit out.
Is this when you got maced?
No, I've never been maced.
Oh, okay.
There was a guy who, as a kid, we would run around doing harmless pranks, right? It was no big deal. Ding dong ditch. You know,
Is this a trash can of water guy?
lighting shit on, you know.
Yeah. I remember this.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this
the
guy,
crazy guy. Yeah.
the crazy guy who couldn't control his fucking
that called
shit.
your dad.
If he would have, if he would have just relaxed, right? If
Dude,
that
that's
guy
a
would have
great
just relaxed,
Yeah.
everybody would have gone past. But
Yes.
because he got so fucking fired up,
Yes.
it caused all this fucking turmoil from him. And all he had to do was just take a deep breath and go, I'm making it worse.
Yeah.
So, but exactly. So to get maced, right? Is that just, it's a normal person. He could be a normal person. And just the shit that hit him on this day, it was life, it was money, it was just work. do you think sometimes it's just people, you're witnessing people hitting snapping points and stuff, or you just think it's that person navigates through life being like that pushy bully that never gets hit? You know what I mean? That creates kind of that.
I think that some people, I'd like to think that most people are just in a moment of misunderstanding versus malice. And I think a lot of people are like not necessarily fucking shitty people all day, every day. But they're just like at that moment, they're fucking hot. Which is like when you're driving and you're able to take a second and be like, all right, motherfucker, like they obviously have some crazy shit going on. They got to get to the fucking accident. Or, you know, they're driving somebody to the hospital. They got to get to a hospital. Or they're late for their fucking job interview. And it's going to be, you know, those are like the things that I try and tell myself to make, like, the moment, like, easier for me to just relax.
Brush it off. Yeah.
Right? So, like, and if I have to make up a bullshit story for them, for my sake, then I will.
Yeah.
And I've noticed, like, there's been times in my life where I've done that. And there's been times where I haven't. And the times that I haven't will fucking, it chips away at like your fucking soul. You know, it's just a little ding on the fucking armor that you have. And then like
it's pulling gold teeth.
It's just nasty. And then when you can just give them that, or ideally not react at all just based on you don't react, right?
Yes.
That's ideal to get to that point. I'm not there. So you can make up the story for them that allows you to just be like, oh, yeah, obviously you should be going faster than me. It's urgent for you to get to where you need to go. Fuck me. You need to get there. Like
I had, it's almost like an understanding that it's their anxiety and I don't have to feel it. Like if someone cuts me off, I'm like, because we're always commuting in and out of the city. It's fucking chaos. Mm-hmm. It's like someone will it's every day, at least once, if not 5 or 8 times. Someone will the first thing I started doing is leaving like big fucking gaps in front of me.
Yeah.
And that's some like judo shit, which is nobody can cut you off if there's plenty of space. It's not possible.
Yeah. Well, they push it.
And there kind of is if they're
aggressively,
they have to aggressively try to be a dickhead.
But even if
so
they
nobody can cut me off because I'm leaving a gap. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is that when people are like being fucking crazy, especially in the morning when traffic's moving a little faster and they're swerving in and out of lanes, it's like that. What you're watching is their anxiety manifested. Yeah. And their anxiety doesn't have to be mine. So I don't have to get angry about it and be like, fuck this motherfucker, and try to like speed up and like block them from changing lane. Like it's crazy how many people will try to block you from changing lanes. Yeah. It's a fucking freeway. Mm-hmm. You are supposed to change lanes.
Hey guys, we're all going in the same direction.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. And so, but understanding that their anxiety and their angst, it's not yours. And you can just sort of maintain, like turn on your music, drink your coffee, and enjoy your sort of flow state heading into the city. And it's only if you choose or allow yourself to be pulled into that angst that then it becomes like a burden and drains you. And when you do get pulled into it, it does drain you.
I always think
it steals your attention and then your focus.
Yeah.
And
checking
it's a memory,
Instagram,
right?
driving.
It ends up being a memory, and that memory sits with you.
Yeah, like it triggers you. It makes you go, "Urgh."
Yeah. Just a memory of like,
fuck that guy.
Yeah, and that's where I think people get with the PTS with that shit, right? Because it just sits with you, and then you think about it, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah. So then the next day, rather than letting somebody change lanes, you're like, fuck it, I'm going to speed up,
box this guy in.
Yeah. Fuck that guy, and then they go, he's just got to get there on time.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to break the cycle. Yeah. Fucking shit.
I think to get maced, you really have to put yourself.
You
have to put yourself into that situation.
I don't think so.
No, if you're about to get maced, I think you're into a spot where like, I'm standing, I'm roostering, I'm puffing out my chest, I'm peacocking. And anytime like peacocking can happen, you can have a bald eagle peacock you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
that
shit.
really steps up.
Tell me more.
But I think what you're having is just
Is that a euphemism?
peacocking.
Bald eagle peacocking you?
Oh, bald eagle peacocking you with 2 Taiwanese girls. Spring break 2003.
Oh, Lord.
But I think that's what you get. Like, you see all these videos of people snapping at like a McDonald's, or people snapping in public, or people recording. How many videos do you see of like, what are they, cop videos? And it's like, I don't answer questions. And it's you know what I mean?
I'm a sovereign citizen.
Yeah. I think it's peacocking is like what always leads into those things, like that chest out. So it's like, is it camouflage to walk chest in when really you can chest out?
I think true confidence.
Yes. I've been saying it for years.
Gray man.
Dude.
Yeah. True confidence is the ability to be quiet and not tell everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, you just, but I run away. That's the true peacock, is get the fuck out.
Yeah,
when
because
danger's there.
I don't need to fight you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like to make me get maced. Well, now I'm not peacocking.
There's a certain
I'm
point,
fucking bald eagling.
There's a certain point where you have to protect those around you. I feel like it's your civil
life
duty.
or your people.
I just think it's your civil duty, because sometimes people, and you can kind of tell.
Yeah, but
when
if
people
there's a
have gone
gang war
unchecked.
breaking out around me,
Yeah,
I'm not entering.
I'm not
that.
talking about
Yeah.
that. I'm talking about
It has to be my people or my
a
life.
bully. I'm talking about an individual person being a bully, where it's like this person's like finding a weaker person and they antagonize or attack. And I feel like in those moments are times to like stand up and go, "Hey, motherfucker," like, and fight or whatever you need to do. But I don't think that is like walking away from a fight is not the same. Like, you knowing if somebody's like offending you, it's like, yeah, you're offending me.
Doesn't hurt me.
Yeah, I don't have the.
I heard on the inside way more than anything you could say to me.
Nobody has the right to not be offended.
Yeah.
And too many people think they do have the right to not be offended.
Yeah.
So if you just go through life with the fucking knowledge that you don't have the right to not be offended, like it's easier to like be like, yeah, I don't, fuck you. Like,
yeah.
But when it comes to a point of like, oh, you're a problem for the people around me, and I'm the able-bodied person who can fucking stop that. Now it's time to fucking do something about it.
Yeah.
I also think there's like an emotional, like able-bodied piece to that, which is that if someone can offend you, then you've like that's a chink in your armor. You know what I mean? Like if they can find that thing, if you can let someone else's words like change your mood or change, like basically it's almost like an emotional, like we're talking about movement and building a base, and then like think about the concept of off balancing someone in jiu-jitsu or wrestling, like what you teach us. Like again, it's like cool shit that you can apply to other stuff, which is that if I can get you off your center of balance emotionally through like an insult, now I have the ability to really affect you.
Yeah.
And that's what I think a lot of like the Instagram and Twitter stuff is they're showing you things that emotionally off balance you, even if only just for a second, because once you get someone off their base, then they're vulnerable.
Yeah. Well,
when you allow someone else to insult you, it's like you've allowed them to pull you off your base. Because if I'm stable in my self-confidence, you calling me fucking pussy or whatever.
Gay Tobin.
Gay Tobin.
I like Gay Tobin. Nice ring.
Yeah.
I should be
skinny little bitch.
Skinny, ugly.
Gay Tobin.
That guy. Right? So if I allow that to land, like if I allow that to pull me off my center,
Yeah.
it's kind of on me.
Yeah.
Or maybe it just means that I need to.
Well, that's why.
Maybe it just means that I'm a white. I'm a white belt. Yeah, I need to learn. I need to learn about my base. Yeah.
But I think it takes reflection, right? It takes a moment of like really thinking about internalizing what it was that got you there, and understanding like why am I
sensitive to that?
Yeah, and then really look at it and go, okay, is that the thing he said, or is that the thing that I felt I allowed him to say, or is that the feeling of, an insecurity or something that has nothing to do with what they were saying, but the fact that they were saying something? Mm-hmm. Like understanding that and breaking it down as far as you can and taking a moment oftentimes will take you out of whatever nasty shit you're feeling anyway.
You're probably right.
Because you have to sit there and you process it instantly. And then it's done. So it's like, I just got better. So thanks.
Damn it! I'm gonna have to listen to this one now. I gotta hear that again.
Well, let me try and tell you. I couldn't repeat it.
It's all right. It's all right. It was good.
I don't know that is not. I don't think that getting offended or getting like put off your base. You have to.
Yes, you do.
Like you have to, and like the people who just instantly, inherently have this like unshakable, thing. I mean, maybe I think people naturally have.
I'm sure some people naturally have a better base.
Yeah, naturally people have better balance. Yes. Right? It's inherent.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
Yeah.
We've
continue the conversation. You guys are going in a good direction.
It's only because you invert and get bottom heavy.
Yeah.
Oh, I invert.
You can't fall off your back.
Yeah.
If you're not on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
God damn it. You had a really good point. And then I lost my train of thought.
The fact that
sticks and stones
may break my bones,
but words can never hurt me. And that if you can get thrown off by words, you're losing control. And that
a faggot once said.
Yeah. It took me a second. I was like, oh my God, that was actually good.
Triggered us, but look at that's a perfect example. As we both for a second went before we laughed.
Yeah, and then I hit him in the head with a rock.
Yeah, but you're also like taking it in. It's like that was perfect.
Yeah.
But that's what sticks and stones. That old phrase.
There's so many old phrases.
It's cliche, but it's like what that is not just about being tough. What that is about being enlightened. That's about understanding that when real harm, like words can be threatening and understand what the words being said are. But what really changes life is action. Once again, like we were saying earlier, of the doing of the thing. Whatever your thing is do it. Give yourself the experience, the process of going through it. And so if someone's going through an action that's going to harm you or others, then it's like, all right, it's battle time. But it's like seeing what words are, what people, how they'll use them. Like you guys call them spells, but that's what, they
are spells.
But yeah, because some people will say something and they're honest. And some person will say the same thing, but they're dishonest. And you can't tell. Words are just words. What really matter from the words are the actions that back them up. And so if I'm in that space where I'm getting maced, it's not because a guy cut me off. It's not because of, someone being like, hey, fag in the airport. Actually, I turn around.
Hang on, how many people? Yes.
But what? It's because some guy grabs me and starts hitting me, or he slaps my wife, or he tries to hurt us in that manner. It's like that's where I see myself getting maced. And I think that's why you see videos online of like maybe just a cop pulling someone over and they instantly come out shooting, or like a cafe gets robbed and they start shooting and someone pulls out a gun and shoots back. Those feel better because what you have is someone defending their action, right? It's not just words and words. It's not just the peacocking. It's someone like putting harm on you when you don't want it. That's why the idea of freedom is so important, because it's allowing you to go through life through those actions in a peaceful way. You can have disagreements and talk, and that's life. That's humans. That's culture. That's your tribe. That's everything. But when physical things really start happening, it's like, that's what makes you get maced.
I think that most of that ends up being that the people get offended and they get maced. I think that it's antagonistic.
Because words hurt them.
Words.
Yeah.
I don't think that people get into a physical altercation and then get maced. I think most of the time it's the peacocking and shit, and then all of a sudden somebody who doesn't actually have the ability to
They
maces.
pull out, yeah.
And oftentimes they are being antagonistic versus the other person.
Yeah.
Right? But then I think that like there are certain times where, because it's like, why would you have mace?
Yeah.
Because you're planning on using it.
I'm going bear hunting.
You know what I mean? Like in moments of that where it's like, hey, yeah, I'm doing this because
no,
I'm
it's
protecting
outside
myself.
a police
But, like,
station and a
but
guy
when
with
you
a
see
cell
like
phone.
when you see people on the streets like getting maced, and it's like, oh, what are you doing? And all of a sudden, like somebody's standing there with a
Zoom
God is
stick
king or
and-
Jesus is king or whatever, and then all of a sudden somebody walks up and throws something at him, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, you're throwing shit at me. Like now all of a sudden, like we've gotten to a physical level, and then all of a sudden mace comes out and they get sprayed, or like
But maybe to roll it back to like what we're talking about earlier, like as animals can sense earthquakes and stuff, maybe humans are sensing something's weird in the earth. And it's like you can see 2020 and having so many riots of people standing out and spitting, and like there was don't get me wrong, we've had riots in the past for certain issues, and duly so, but sometimes they get a little out of control, as they were back in 2020.
As they will.
Yeah. But it's like maybe
The boys will be boys.
yeah. But maybe it does kind of reflect like where we are emotionally. Like something is off, and like maybe there's a hiccup or burp going, but it makes people more furious to the point where more people will get maced. They'll go stand out and spit in front of cops. They'll burn down buildings. They'll do all this, Maybe we're at a point now where more people are like, they're mace worthy because everyone's peacocking. Everyone's just fucking, they're not.
Yeah, but when you stack people on top of people, that's what happens, right? Like,
yeah,
if you're an able-bodied person,
New York New York's an interesting one. Like that's got to be like, it's for the United States. That's a good one to look at, And there's been, just like anything, there's peaks and valleys in New York when crime is high and low and different. Giuliani.
Yeah, but that's like the ultimate peacocking, and ends up getting fucking shot. People get shot over peacocking all the fucking time.
Oh yeah. Well, drugs are also part
because
of it.
don't make a mistake. Fucking shooting somebody is not a hard thing to do. Right? It's not. It's the strength of
physically,
pulling
emotionally, or two different things.
I would think emotionally it's pretty
it's
fucking.
the strength of pulling a fucking trigger.
Yeah, physically.
Right? Physically, it's easy.
Yeah.
So somebody who's so scared,
It requires,
and they're so fucking caught up in this peacocking, and they're so fucking scared of what people think, and that their
you're right.
whole
Yeah.
fucking
Just
world
use it.
is wrapped up, and this guy just
So that's
this
what it
guy
is. It's
just
the
fucking
fear override. Because I was going to say the military has to do a fair amount of like emotional override training to teach you to pull the trigger. And yeah, you're right, Jordan. It's a fight or flight. That's what it is.
I'm talking about in the sense of people being stacked on top of each other. I'm not talking about war. I'm talking about like the
Proximity
thought of like
of others.
no, just like this guy
crazy
disrespected me, so I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, like I get it, but but it's the
Dude, so serious when you said that. Dude.
it's because I've been
Well, like,
I've been
yeah.
in that mode. I've been in the thought of like I'm going to end somebody's fucking life today, right? Like I've felt that and like been like, oh, I'd do it, and then all of a sudden it's like, for what?
No.
Like no, but I mean, maybe beat the shit out of somebody, maybe smack them around a little bit
for ego.
and then it's like, yeah, that's exactly it, right? So then that ends up being the fear and like the thought of like, and then it's like, well, why why aren't you allowed to be offended? Like, why are you this special person that can't be offended? It's like, well, because I guess I don't get to not be offended. But I feel like the people who are fucking gangbanging and in that close proximity, people are stacked on each other. They end up like that's all they have, and it's this constant like anxiety of more and more and more people and more people. You don't see people out in the country doing that. You see it happen in inner cities because it's people fucking stacked on top of each other. And that becomes the culture. It becomes your fucking reputation and your fucking...
Mass migration for anywhere is tough, right?
ICE, dude. Exactly. I agree with you.
Not even that, but like throughout history, it's tough because there's been episodes of it being good and bad. And even when it's good, you know, you're introducing new people to new areas always takes time. And sometimes, like, look at the gym. Before 2020, it was nothing as to what it is now. And it got all these great people. There was mass migration. Greg had no southern border at the gym.
Migration.
2020. But like that's when the gym really grew multiple ways. Mm-hmm. But it's like you can have a migration that is good, but sometimes just having things like overwhelm a city without, like, I guess the core of that city, the tenants that built it, the instructors, the leaders, the community members that make that place outstanding. Like proximity, like the rat experiments and all that stuff. Like the more you get like surrounded by like in smaller areas and more of you, like it makes you neurotic. It makes you feel pressure because it's not like, oh, it's just me out. When you're on that mountain and it's just us in our sleeping bags in the same tent, you're like,
it takes a lot to get offended.
Yeah.
It does. It takes.
Stand by, buddy.
Yeah,
I got 4 inches of offense.
Not that small. Bear Mason 10 mil. Bear Mason 10 mil.
It's cold. It's cold out here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of the whole thing, right? Like getting away or just getting grounded. You know, look at what we're surrounded by, woods right now. Like,
yeah.
It's you could say some heinous shit and it'd be like, well,
only the trees will remember.
You know what I mean? Like,
and you know what's funny is like this is what Christy and I are starting is this grounded, you know, single day workshops on how to take your energy and sort of like flatten the curve, you know, or flatten the sine wave of the
peaks.
Anxiety or angst. Or just, you know, like the stress people feel in their everyday lives, like through our own, like we are our own resume because we went through it. We felt it all. We're not impervious to it. We fucking went into the depths of it. And so now we understand.
And that's what it takes.
Yeah.
You have a darker black and a whiter white. You know what I mean? You can paint a much more in-depth picture as the person who's like is just constantly bound up in that.
Right.
So the tools that you guys have and have developed because of everything, right? All the shit that you've experienced gives you, you know, you have that broader canvas, or not canvas, but like your palette is a much broader range. So you have to be able to like show people that and then be able to like, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And then you can paint that picture a little bit better to explain it. Whereas some people, I don't think when people are just experiencing day to day and they don't have this place to go get grounded or like the river to go to, or like finding that nature actually does help fucking everybody.
Oh my God, yeah.
Even if it's scary for people, just go, hey, we're going out here. It's fine. We're here. It's 10 minutes outside of the city. We can get here. It's fine. There's nobody out here to fucking hurt you. Everything's fine. Take a deep breath. Take it in.
But that's it. First deep breath is the
first breath somebody gets, you see their shoulders.
Sometimes, you see like a change in body language sometimes.
But
you guys have experienced when we go out hunt, like it feels so weird to come back after even only 8 days last year.
Driving on
I can't
the road.
wait. This year I'm going 3 weeks. And
You're going all 3.
No, I should say I'll be coming
There'll be
back
a weekend
to
early.
pop back. I got to check on the kids.
I got to
I got to make sure it doesn't turn full Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
But
bunch of blood.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dad's home.
I'm actually, well, we'll see.
You said no power tools. Why would you let us do that? I said bunk beds.
But think about how weird it is to come back in after 8 days.
Yeah.
That reintegration.
It's because your reality, it's once again what you're doing, those things. It sets up your monologue, your mind, your thought.
Spend more time in reality.
Yes, when you're out
and then all of a sudden,
because you are in your own snow globe all the time.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you
come back, you feel everybody's anxiety, and they're like you're back into traffic as you come back onto the west side, and you're back into that.
But it
like,
doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect you nearly as much. You're just like, fuck, like this is
these people are nuts.
Yeah, this is fucking crazy. But then there's anxiety when you're out there, especially when you make the goal.
There's not anxiety. There's more, for me, it's personal letdown, which here is anxiety because others depend on me. Whereas when it's just me, it's not anxiety. It's
the goal of killing an animal.
I could be better.
But that's
so it's not anxiety. It's just,
you think you're putting
I'm
ego
sad
into
at myself.
It? Yeah,
no,
I think there's so much ego in hunting.
No, not ego. Just knowing like, okay, this didn't work out. This was maybe a bad day. Get up early tomorrow and go to this spot. Maybe that'll be fruitful. It's not like you need to be this. It's just, this isn't working. So what works now?
It's the most cliche thing, but like enjoying the journey, not the destination.
Yeah. It's like I tried I think
fishing. That's why I love it, and I don't mind saying that I'm terrible at it.
Yeah,
because I have more fun than fucking anybody out there, and I sleep in, and I miss the morning hunt sometimes, most times.
Most of the time, I sleep on the ground during the hunt.
That's what
that's my jam.
But I love that my older son comes with us, and next year I'm going to have both boys with us. Would not be surprised if I have some of Christy's kids with us at some point, and it's just cool. It's like a cool bonding experience.
Yeah.
Well, and it gives you a place to just be present. Mm-hmm. Like there's no other place to be.
You're definitely hanging out with each other.
Yeah. So when you're doing that, I think there's, like we've always talked about, it's like the decompression stage and finding the speed of the woods, right? We talk about.
Yeah, it takes a couple of days.
But once you get that decompression and it's finally, and now I get to sit here in it. Like that's the best part, right?
Yeah.
It's because it takes you a couple of days to kind of slow down, get the angst out, and then that's why I feel like when you can go and relax and go, hey, you know what? If we kill something, great. If we don't, well, we're going to eat food around the fire and bullshit and have a good time and get up and see whatever we see and experience this in a slow way. I think that's why it's really part of going out and getting into all of that is I think it'd be beneficial to try and start foraging, and maybe that's because I'm a shitty hunter. But the thought of
you guys want more tree bark?
Yeah, the thought of when you just trip out on the little things, when you can experience and look down at the grass and see the ground cover that's different there, and why this ground cover is what it is, and how cool it is versus the moss growing here that looks a little off or different, or the mushrooms you find, or
just cool shit, finding out that it's last year I brought that little folding saw, and I was able to cut firewood so much better than with a hatchet, even though I love hatchets. And it was oh, this is a cool little tidbit of wisdom that a folding saw is a better, for the weight in your backpack, you're better off with a folding saw than you are with a hatchet.
Yeah.
Yep. The Lansky katana. Get it.
What's that brand? Silky?
Silky. The Silky Katana 3000. Let me tell you, if you want to cut down a fucking tree, that's the one. But
I didn't mean to derail the conversation from that. I like all the experience of being out in the woods. There's a whole lot more to hunting, again, than surviving you know, we were on that ridge line last year where we got caught in that gnarly winter storm, and it's like, oh shit, we got to cut some pine boughs and stack them around the tent and make a windbreak and kind of insulate ourselves. And it's like, oh, these are experiences that, like, Nathan he still talks about that. He's like, Dad, remember when we got caught in that big storm and we had to like boil water and hot chocolate inside the tent because it was like blowing and sleeting sideways. And it's like, yeah, that's a fucking memory.
Yeah. That's the goal, right? Like, and I feel like there's so many people who never get those experiences. And I also think that that's why, like, you see those YouTube channels that are like, a guy who goes out and just like cooks, or like, and it's real primitive, or like the guys who make huts.
What's that guy, Outdoor Boy from Alaska, or
there's tons of different
Wild Boy. He just stopped.
Wild
Boy, Outdoor Boy, some boys.
There's but like
Wood
there's something, and like you look at it and it's like, oh, 5 million subscribers.
Yeah,
because people are thirsty for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched ones from Japan. Japanese cooking and camping videos, or Japanese camping videos in particular.
You're watching it for the advertisements, which when you're watching Japanese camping videos, what are we seeing on the advertisements, Mike?
Panties from a vending machine.
Yeah.
The sex robots.
Yeah.
Still
in the mail.
A good time is what you're seeing.
Yeah. But that's like, that's the goal. And when people can make, because when you go out with somebody who doesn't get what the fuck you're out to, when you're not on the same page with somebody,
it's
and you go out there and they're just so fucking frantic, it's like, dude, if I feel these animals.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm getting like anxious because of you.
Yeah, like calm the fuck down, dude. Like it's like when you're trying to kill something, you don't see nothing, and then when you're not, all of a sudden, hey, look at that. Like,
yeah, they're eating the fucking raspberries out of my goddamn yard.
Yeah, it's because it's like they can sense there's some fucking energy over there, right? Like, when you can channel that and figure out how to get to that point when you don't have to spend a week to do it, but you can walk out into a little spot and be able to and decompress real quick. Like, that's the move.
Still takes time, I think.
It does take time.
There's maybe tools and stuff, but it's just like,
I think the more you do it, though, the more you've gone out and the more you've been there. Yeah, but it takes time to get there. But I'm just saying, like, there's ways to cut reacclimate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
tips, tricks, just your go-to. You have a SOP for hunting, and then it's like, then nature kind of kicks in after a few days, and you're like, all right.
Which is what your guys' workshop is looking like, yeah?
Well, what is the what workshop?
Your guys' one-day workshop is going to be kind of something to kind of get that true breath of.
Do you need a guest speaker?
Yes. We would love have Dr. Professor address the class.
Everyone put on your robes and headbands.
That's right. Those robes cannot come further below than the tip. Just remember. Just a reminder.
It's very Greek.
Your robe your robe must end 1 inch above the tip.
It's Egyptian cut. Don't worry, man. You won't see my pharaoh.
Now drink that Mike's Hard.
Yeah.
It's called Mango Tango.
Yes. And it'll take you to the next level.
All right, boys. Do we take our audience to the next level?
I think so.
Should we call it? It is it's a school night.
We went almost 2 hours on a school night.
Yeah, it's fun because we haven't, the trifecta, dude.
This
is what happens when you give the bull the horns.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's been a minute since we've recorded. Please leave us a review so that we can continue to spread the word.